there for whatever reason. Now, just a side note, me and Lou Landers do a show, Fantasy Gangsters, over here on Tuesdays and Fridays. We give you DFS information at 4 o'clock. Now, I don't know personally how Lou did last night, but from what I remember his lineup was, I cannot think he did not win, because he did give you Jesse Chavez last night, dirt cheap. And Jesse Chavez, if you had him in your lineup as one of your pitches, Max Scherzer pitched fantastic. If you had Max Scherzer and Jesse Chavez in a DFS lineup, more than likely you cashed out. I cashed out on Yahoo. I did it pretty good on Yahoo. I didn't do great, but I had I didn't have. See, the thing was on Yahoo, I didn't have Jesse. I did use him on actually on DraftKings. I had him because of Lou. Lou touted him yesterday to pick him up, and it was a fantastic move. We had thankfully, most of the guys, the only guy on my team, sometimes I go back and I say, which guy got hurt last night to stop me from really having a big night? And the guy that stopped me from having a big night last night was Giancarlo Stanton. He got banged up and he was out of the game. So I only got, I think, one at bat for him. Now, if Giancarlo Stanton had, let's just say, he gave me 15 points last night, maybe he had a couple of doubles, or even if he hit a home run, that would be fantastic. But not having Stanton for those other 3, maybe 4 at bats, because the Yankees might have got 5 at bats last night. So it didn't hurt me to win money overall. Both sites I was lucky enough to cash out on DraftKings and on Yahoo yesterday, which it's tough because and it's fun. The funny thing is they're totally different in scoring. They're totally different. The only thing that's really the same, that both sites you have to pick 2 pitches from. So for the most part, I had Shane Bieber and I had Max Scherzer, and I had Max Scherzer and Jarrett Cole, a lot of my lineups. Bieber and Cole, they didn't have their greatest days. They didn't pitch terrible. But the guy to have yesterday was Jesse Chavez, which Lou Landers gave to you yesterday. And, of course, Max Scherzer was Max Scherzer. He pitched like Max Scherzer. So that when you do spend a lot of money on a starting pitcher and he comes through, it's fantastic. A lot of people did take Max, and with good reason, of course. But the guys that haven't pitched good, Jack Flaherty, another top pitcher, touted at the beginning of the year, he got bombed again for the Cardinals. Blake Snell, another bad outing for Blake Snell. Another guy, these guys are high-priced pitchers, one of the top pitchers on each staff, and they're just not pitching well, folks. It's strange. It's not like they pitched 1-2 bad games. These guys have been pitching bad games. I'm not even talking about bad games. You could see a guy pitching a Tanaka or somebody on the Yankees or David Price. Even David Price had a nice game yesterday. And, you can see these guys every once in a while giving up 5-6 runs, having a bad outing. But these guys, Blake Snells of the world, Jack Flaherty's of the world, they're not just getting beat up. They're getting killed. You look at your score in the morning and you see their ERA, 18 ERA that night. Their whip is horrible. I have Blake Snell in a couple of my leagues, and let me tell you, I had him last year, I had him the year before. I love Blake Snell. He's done more than most for me. But this year, right now, I tell you, if you can go out and get Blake Snell for cheap, I don't even know. Who do you trade for Blake Snell? Would you trade Chris Davis for Blake Snell? Would you trade Charlie Blackmon for Blake Snell at this point? I don't know, man. I really don't know. And it's getting worse and worse. That's why when I just told you the 2 guys I picked up Tanner Anderson and I picked up a Vinny Velasquez. I wouldn't even think about having to pick up guys like that. But more than not, my good pitches are terrible. They've just been pitching so bad, and they absolutely, in a head-to-head contest, how am I going to come back from a guy like your best pitcher, basically, giving you an 18 ERA? You better hope the guy you're playing against had Jack Flaherty, who probably had a 12 ERA. It's not easy to win that category when your top pitcher is really killing you. I mean, you expect the guy. I mean, if Vince Velasquez and Tanner Anderson, who I just picked up, gave me an 18 ERA, I'd say that's what you get for picking up Vince Velasquez and Tanner Anderson, right? Now, I picked up Tyler Mahle of the Cincinnati Reds, who's up and down, but another guy, you can't really count on him at all. Me and Unholy, we both dropped the guy. It's just not, some of these guys just ain't even worth it. They're so bad to even just because, especially sometimes you say, ooh, look who's pitching 2 games this week. Tyler Mahle or, guys like Sampson you're picking up from Texas or Gerardo from Texas for a 2-start week. You're running into trouble picking those guys up on a regular basis. But anyway, it's all about having fun, and that's what we're doing here today, having some fun with the waiver wire. Thank you guys for participating in these leagues. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. And thank you all for being part of Lenny Melnick's Fantasy Sports Network, folks. I appreciate it. And up next, I believe Andrea's coming up today at 9 o'clock. Everybody have a great day. Hopefully I'll be back here tomorrow doing the waiver wire drops and a little bit more. Cha-cha here for Lenny Melnick's FantasySports.com. Signing off. Till tomorrow. Bye all.